So one day, I was walking through my local Walmart when I noticed something caught my eye. It was as if it was taunting me, calling my name. And it was on clearance. Barbie Monopoly, two IPs who have dominated the toy market and have finally merged into one. Now it's really weird because Barbie is owned by Mattel and Monopoly is owned by Hasbro, and these two companies coming together to make a product is the equivalent to Coke and Pepsi making a soda together. Fun fact, I saw this exact same Monopoly at my CVS about 2 years ago. It was the only Monopoly they sold, and it's probably still there to this very day. So let's take a look at the box itself. It's brightly pink, it's Barbie, so I'm not surprised, or the fact that every corner has a tear on it due to the tape being really picky. Thanks, guys! Also, I just wanted to point this out, why Hasbro decided to use the Parker Brothers logo when they went out of business in 2009, but hey, I don't make the rules. Opening up the box, we got Barbie, Black Barbie, Latino Barbie, Vitiligo Barbie, Chef Boyardee Barbie, Dr. Barbie, and Man. And if you're offended by any one of those names, feel free to write down their actual names in the comments below, without googling it. Now before we look at the cards and tokens, let's take a look at the board itself. This is highly disappointing. Yes, as you can clearly tell, each color only has 2 properties on them. This is even more confusing since the box itself is the same size as a regular Monopoly game. Like, what? You may also notice that the utilities and taxes are completely removed, and the railroads have become different forms of transportation. The community chest and chance cards are now the Dream Career and Dream Closet cards, but more on them later. For the transportation spaces, when you land on them, you go to the next transport space. So it's basically the bike shares from Monopoly for Millennials. Which is just a great sign. And as for the free parking space, well, nothing happens, it's just a free space. Don't believe me? The game literally tells you not to play the free parking rule. And if you thought you could ignore all that and play by your own rules, the game also tells you not to play with house rules. You play by their rules and their rules only. The tokens themselves with these 3 are pretty much the standard size tokens in Monopoly, but then they just gave up on size and gave us giant Barbie head. She doesn't even fit in the car. Now then, we're ready to play. Oh, that's right, I need a second player. That'll do. Before you begin, you must choose a job card. These consist of pilot, pediatrician, teacher, fashion house CEO, astronaut, and environmental activist. And what do these cards do, you might ask? Well, that's where the special dice come into play. One dice is your standard dice, while the other dice have replaced the 1s and 6s with Bs. If you roll a B, you activate your job card. These consist of swap places with an opponent, collect $50 from the bank or force another player to pay you $10 for every property they own, add up to 5 to your standard dice roll or collect $50, collect $10 from every player, draw 2 Dream Closet cards and choose one to use, and be prepared for this one, cause this one is the most overpowered. Okay, are you sitting for this? Collect $50 from the player closest to you. Now $50 may not sound like a lot, but considering how many times you roll a B, you basically just dominate your opponents. Whenever I first played, I was just flooring through the board while my opponent just kept giving me 50s. Which means not only will you beat your friends easily, they'll also question why they ever became friends with you to begin with. Now on to the Dream and Fashion cards. Some of them do act as your standard Monopoly cards, however some of them ask you to keep this card until you're ready to use it. Now at first I was like, well, why not use it now? You'll get the rewards either way. But as you keep playing, you can use these towards your advantage and wait for your opponent to buy Boardwalk, only for you to pull out your steel card and instantly take it from them. You know, at first I thought it was a weird idea, but I actually kinda like it. I just wish it wasn't in this game though. And finally, we have the Dream Houses, also known as the hotels. Yep, there are no houses in this game, just hotels. If you run out of money, you can sell your dream houses and properties for the mortgage. Except they don't actually tell you what the mortgage is, they just tell you to sell it for half the price. Which means you'll be doing a lot of math. I mean, was it really that hard to put the mortgages on the back? Heck, even Monopoly Longest Game did that right. So now we arrive to the big question. Is the Barbie Monopoly game worth playing? Well, no. I'll be honest, the whole time I was playing, I just wanted to play regular Monopoly. And it's not like this was my only option. I mean, just look at my shelf. This honestly feels less like Monopoly and more like Barbie the game. And who was this even made for? The fans who love both Barbie and Monopoly? I'd say that market is pretty slim. Well, not as slim as Barbie herself, of course. So even though I got this for 10 bucks, I'd still say $5 was still too high. But hey, at least it's still better than this. So thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe.